Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be going over the Lefthanders Warden for PvP. This is a pretty tanky build with high burst potential and is great for 2v2s as well as outnumbered PvP. In this video we'll be going over the gear used. Some alternative sets for this build can be found in the description below, as well as the race, mundus, consumables, and the skills that I am using for this build. The optimal race for this build is going to be the Imperial due to the 2000 extra max health and stamina, as well as the cost reduction to all of our abilities, specifically the roll dodge mechanic. The only other race I would consider for this build, given that we are using the Lefthanders Aegis Belt, is the Wood Elf for the extra stamina recovery. For the Mundus Stone, we're using the Serpent Mundus for the extra stamina recovery, although the Thief Mundus could also be effective in the event that you did go with the Wood Elf instead of the Imperial. As far as consumables, we're using the Orzaga Smoked Bear Haunch for the max stat and tri-stat recoveries, as well as tri-stat potions. Alternatively, if you are okay with a slightly lower max health pool, you could go with the Lavafoot Soup and Salt Rice for the max stamina, as well as a higher boost of stamina recovery. Additionally, for the front bar, we are using the double dot poisons in order to increase our damage output, as well as apply some extra status effects, which we will be going over a little bit later. Looking at our stat page, we're sitting at 15,000 max mag, 700 mag recovery, 34,000 max health, which goes up to 42,000 on our back bar with minor toughness, as well as 400 mag health recovery, 26,000 max stamina, and 2,300 stamina recovery, sitting at 4,800 weapon damage, which is over 5k with our restoration staff glyph activated. 7,276 penetration. This is not 100% accurate as we're using the Force of Nature Champion Slottable, which we'll discuss more later, as well as 20,600 resistances in physical and spell. This does go up to 40,000 resistances with our back bar set procced. More on that later. Let's start with the gear sets on this build. I want to talk about our mythic item, the Lefthanders Aegis Belt. This item removes the dodge component from the roll dodge mechanic and instead grants a 21,000 damage shield for 1 second, which does go up to 24,000 with the Bastion Slottable in the red tree, which we are using in this build. This damage shield is also unaffected by the Battle Spirit passive and has no cooldown. Utilizing this item with the Living Trellis on the back bar in the green balance skill line for the Wardens turns every hit on the 24k damage shield into a straight heal, adding to our build's survivability. For our front bar, our offensive set is Diamond's Victory. This set offers 2 lines of weapon and spell damage, a line of crit chance, and the 5-piece gives 437 weapon and spell damage to abilities with a range of 7 meters or greater when you use an ability with range of 7 meters or less, and 437 weapon and spell damage to your abilities with a range of 7 meters or less when using an ability with range 7 meters or greater. This set is perfect for the build's burst combo, which while in combat using Deep Fissure will buff our Stampede even when the beetles are on their 3-second delay. The Stampede will then buff all of our other abilities and connect at the same time as beetles, applying Major and Minor Breach. From there, you can either spam the Carve to apply a damage shield and a bleed over time effect, as well as proc your double dot poisons, or follow up the beetles and Stampede with the Dawnbreaker of Smiting, while you have the melee supremacy active from the Stampede activation. The last 2 abilities on your offensive bar are Turn Evil for an AoE unblockable fear effect, and Bird of Prey for minor berserk and major expedition. For the Diamonds Victory set, we are running a Sharpened Maul with double dot poisons, gloves, legs, and feet, all well fitted for the roll dodge cost reduction, and all enchanted with tri-stat glyphs. For the back bar set, we are running the Juggernaut, which gives us 2 lines of max health, 1 line of max armor, and when we take damage while under 30% health, we immediately get a burst heal and gain 20,000 resistances for 15 seconds, with a 1-minute cooldown. For this set, we are running an infused restoration staff with a weapon damage glyph, as well as an infused cuirass with the tri-stat glyph, and 3 jewelry pieces, 1 swift and 2 infused, all of which are enchanted with the weapon damage glyphs. Our monster set is Bloodspawn, 1 heavy and 1 medium, both are impenetrable with tri-stat glyphs. As far as our back bar skills, we're using the Ice Fortress for our major resolve buff, Bull Netch for our major brutality as well as some stamina restoration, Resolving Vigor for a burst heal, as well as Living Trellis for a heal over time as we're getting hit. Again, this pairs very well with the Lefthanders Aegis Belt shield. As well as the Blinding Flare for major protection, as well as pulling enemies out of stealth, and the Life Giver Restoration Staff ultimate ability for our defensive ultimate. As for our champion point slottables, in the blue tree we're using Ironclad for damage reduction, Focused Mending to boost our heals, Force of Nature for an extra 900 penetration per status effect on the target, and Occult Overload just for an extra AoE bomb effect whenever a target we kill with a status effect dies. For the red tree, we're using Bastion for increased shield strength, Arcane Alacrity for roll dodge cost reduction while we have a damage shield on us from our Cleave ability, Pain's Refuge for extra damage mitigation, and Boundless Vitality for extra max health. As far as the green tree, it doesn't really matter too much. Just make sure you have liquid efficiency, just so you get that extra 10% chance that when you use a potion or a poison, that it negates the use of the item as far as item quantity while still giving you that effect. If you wanted, you could go out on like maxed mount speed as well as mount stamina, but really the rest of the green tree is just whatever you have the points for. It doesn't really matter. Well, that brings us to the end of the build itself. If you want to stick around and watch a bunch of clips from the gameplay for this build, just so you can really see how it works in action in various keeps that we've attempted to take and various fights I've gotten into, feel free to stick around and watch those. Otherwise, do the usual YouTube stuff like comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It really helps out a lot. Take care.
Drop the warden as soon as he I don't think he gets back for a third. That don't count as okay, cool. Oh! Yes! Let's go! There you go. That was a good combo. That was fucking nice. I fucking stunned him, my beetles went. I was almost dead though, so he stayed in the offense to try to kill me, and it fucking just was enough for you to execute. That was fucking awesome. Don't like that. Not like okay, my Donnie's almost let's go!